everybody? It's your boy King Crowner back again with another edition of History You May Not Know. In history, we need to shine light on and teach together. Today's lesson is going all the way to the 7th Street of Oakland, better known as Black Wall Street of Oakland, California. This uprising in Oakland, the 7th Street, Black Wall Street of that area, started to go right after 1852. We began to see blacks move into that area, post-Reconstruction, the Civil War, rebuilding that development and having their own Black Wall Street on the West Coast. The reason why this is a national treasure and focus group I think we need to learn from today is that you must understand how Black Americans changed Oakland, not only the civil rights movement or the upraising of black talent, the jazz musically and how they have changed the sound pre-existing what formerly known as hip hop. You gotta understand this, y'all. Jazz musician along with the soul movement started primarily in the West Coast region. You began to see a lot of jazz artists come. You began to see the movement of entrepreneurship, small business, firming, going up in hard times and discussing the plight of Black Americans in the United States. The West Coast movement and vibe started with the Oakland sound. Oakland sound penetrated down south into the rest of North Cal and the Southern California. The height of this movement because we saw a black middle class and prosperity start to influx. When you look at the great migration patterns across the United States, you began to see people from the South moving to the West Coast, primarily from Louisiana and Texas. Right now, we knew about the Jim Crow era, everything was going on. So we began to see places on the West Coast began to flourish quickly. 7th Street began to get popular, known for its jazz clubs, dancing, movements, social light, and family atmosphere. This era drove entrepreneurship into this community. This Black Wall Street was very much known for its music intellect and also its unique sound. When you were traveling as a Black American around this time, 7th Street on Oakland was someplace you had to go. You would eat unique foods, see unique styles, and you had to dress to impress. This era of this movement really heightened what we later be known as the foundations of hip hop. The reason why 7th Street in Oakland became such a big deal, we must understand that this is where we'll be seeing black cities growing on this side of the country. They were already in the South because 90% of Black Americans come from the South. But when we began to see them move into other new areas, you began to see that heightened movement grow and develop. At its height, you saw completely self-sufficient Black businesses, completely self-sufficient Black neighborhoods, and completely self-sufficient communities. You had to go to 7th Street in Oakland to see the jazz experience. You had to go to this location on the West Coast to get that sound. You couldn't just get it anywhere. It was very distinct for that area. We also must discuss the downfall, primarily due to urban renewal, which will be discussed in a later lesson. But urban renewal changed the landscape and physically choked what was known in 7th Street. Along with integration. Integration had many perks, but it had many catastrophic outlooks for Black Americans that we look back 50 years and we can see ourselves. I think the most popular thing that we must educate ourselves on is, again, we always hear about the big Black Wall Streets, but the one in Oakland goes unforeseen and not talked about heavily. Black Wall Streets were all across this country. 7th Street in Oakland gave its own unique vibe, presentation, and how it helped the United States at this time. Again, I want to come back to you with a quick lesson talking about the Black Wall Street of Oakland, California, 7th Street specifically, breaking down what it brought, what it made, and what it wrought. I appreciate you for watching the channel. Please comment, like, or subscribe. Follow me on social media if you got it. Please drop the link and comment if you have any other questions. King Crowder is here to educate you, teach you, and tell you what you never knew. History of the United States is truly amazing. Let's talk about it next time. Peace.